Okay, welcome. Hi.
Welcome back.
Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. Today we'll be unboxing.
I look like a grandma.
Good. Meanwhile, I literally just before we started recording was like, I love your haircut. I love your sweater. I might have the aesthetic of a grandma.
I do have the aesthetic of a grandma, so like.
So it is what it is, you know?
It makes sense. But thanks, yep, chopped off the locks. Needed a new, fresh do.
Looking good, looking sassy.
Thanks.
Looking like your real, like, it's like your truest self is this haircut.
Yeah, this is like, I imagine this is like the picture, like when you like think of Elizabeth, like this is the haircut that you think of. It's always really weird to think that like people like, some people only really knew me in my like pixie cut phase. And so,
Right, I was about to say, some people think of you with a pixie.
Right. Or like with long hair or straight hair.
Yeah.
But
this
is really like
this is your truest essence.
True.
It's funny because my solid core clients have only ever known me as blonde.
Oh yeah, and then but like Pure Barre people would be like,
right.
I only knew you as brunette.
But like when I go back to brunette, you know, soon, they're gonna be like, "Who is this?" I'm gonna be like, "This is natural. This is the for real deal." Yeah. So that's what we're talking about today.
Grandma Elizabeth is here to tell you that we're gonna be. Look how puffy it is. We're gonna be
shoulder pads and everything.
There are no shoulder pads, but it is just a puffy sweater. Anyway, we're going to be discussing season 2 of Supernatural.
Yay! Maybe we just start with like overall vibes, and then we can get into like some of the categories we've arbitrarily decided upon.
Yes. So overall vibe is that it is better than season 1.
Agreed. That's not hard.
That's not a hard one. The lore is just more in place. And
yes.
We have more of a... Now, it kind of more solidifies in season 3, in my opinion.
I think this is the heart of it, though.
Yes.
The heart of... I think it's a two... Right? This is Sam's heart, right? This is the journey that we will take with Sam for the next 14 seasons. Of Sam is a freak, and he is different, and... Is he worthwhile? Can he ever be normal? Will anyone ever love him because he's not normal? You know, is he destined for something evil? That's Sam's core tension. Dean's core tension is daddy issues.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Which we kind of get at the end is like, he does the same thing that his dad did for him, right? And so like...
Yeah, and we get to sort of get it throughout the season because Daddy Winchester...
Here.
Right, because Daddy Winchester dies in season 1. Spoiler alert. And he makes a deal with the devil, literally.
Well, not the devil, a demon.
Yeah, but any deal with the demon is ultimately leading back to a deal with the devil. And, what's his face? Azazel is a henchman of Lucifer.
Oh, right. Yes. Well, it's a henchman of Lilith, or a branch off of Lilith, if we're gonna be real technical. But that doesn't come about until season 4. So,
so calm down!
We're getting ahead of ourselves. Jesus! So, anyway, obviously, and like, we're starting to find more of the humor and the stride of like, the banter between the two.
Yes. They've definitely, I sort of think, settled on the fact that, like, it's a drama, but it doesn't take itself too seriously.
Exactly.
Which also, you know the episode that, like, because Elizabeth and I talked about this, I think, maybe 2 days ago, of, like, there are a ton of episodes in season 2 where I'm like, gun to my head, I didn't think this episode was in season 2, and yet here it is.
A lot of them, I'm like, that's not season 3? Like, I would place, like, a lot of these in season 3. But...
Hollywood Babylon is the episode where they're, like, on the film set. A, I would not have thought that was in season 2. But B, that one I think is a really good example of, like, it's campy. They're they're making fun of themselves through the movie. It's like they're already starting to get meta before they get, like, crazy meta later on.
Well, and honestly, like, I would say that, I mean, personally, I think that Tall Tales is, like, really a good turning point when we get
The Trickster.
the Trickster. That, like, we're getting, like, really funny, and, like, we're starting to hit, like, our humor stride with it, so we're not taking everything so seriously.
Yes.
And also, like, yes, we have Uncle Bobby, and Uncle Bobby is here to stay.
We love Bobby.
We love Bobby.
This pod
Bobby.
stands Bobby.
Top tier on side characters.
He's elite. It's also crazy. It's also crazy how little he is in the show. Like, if you really break down how many episodes he's in, it's actually not that many.
No, but he is so...
But his presence is forever.
Well, and they talk about him, even when
They also talk to him, and they call him a lot. Like, they call him a lot. And you only ever get theirs. They're just like, okay, Bobby, okay, all right, thanks, Bobby. And then, like, Bobby said blah, 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 and you never get Bobby's side of the conversation.
Well, and that is a cheap way to keep Bobby in the show.
That would be correct. When I also sort of think that Bobby, I think, becomes more prevalent when we lose the Roadhouse, which happens in this season. But because we also have Ellen, we have Joe, we have Asher, like we have other ways of getting information. Ash, thank you. Whereas eventually,
and like. And we get him, like, 3 episodes. That's it.
So few. But he lives forever.
Yeah.
What I sort of find overall about this season, it feels a little, like, herky-jerky to me. Because there are some... Like, Croatoan feels so out of left field, and then we, like, don't fucking deal with it again. And you're just like, we devoted...
Well, until, like...
That feels... Is that a double episode? It feels like a... I don't think it is. It always feels like a double episode. It feels like we're there forever. And it's so convoluted, and it's confusing, and then, like, it doesn't matter.
Well, in this season, it doesn't matter.
Right, in this, like, it feels like devoted 6 hours of my life to that episode for it to be like, nah, whatever.
Well, and I mean, yeah, I will say, like, Croatoan, it feels like that should, I mean, I get why it's in season 2, like, knowing where we're going with it, but, like, if I was just watching it for the very first time, I'd be like, what the fuck is that?
It's I don't think they're, like, I think in this season they're really struggling to sort of meld the two ideas of Monster of the Week with a season arc story.
Right. Yes.
And
where I feel like in season 3 they do a much better job of it.
Correct. It's them still sort of like they're still like sort of struggling to figure out how they're gonna marry the two, and I think eventually Monster of the Week really falls by the wayside, and we really just lean into the story, and then Monster of the Week sort of like happens as a result of the story arc, not like in conflict to the story arc, which I think sometimes this season does.
This season, because like for the season 1 is like, yeah, there's a through line, but we're not really like hunting that thing, like.
It's mostly just like, where's Dad?
Right, and we're just like traipsing around the States trying to find Dad.
And Dad's on the hunt for something.
Right.
But we don't have any of the information.
We're season 2, like we are actively hunting something, but also then like, well, and then there's also like this like, I'm done hunting, but let's pick up this hunting one. You know, but like, and like Sam's like, oh, what's that? Oh, I don't want to hunt anymore, but yeah, we'll go hunt that killer clown.
I hate that episode.
I hate that episode.
It's not my least favorite episode of the season, but I hate that episode.
No, it is not my least favorite.
But I'm not a fan.
I'm not a fan of it. Like, every single time I watch it, I'm like, do I skip it this time? And I never do. I always watch it.
Yeah,
Because also, like, so, like, I think it throws me that episode 1, John is still alive. Like, episode
It's
1 is kind of feels like
the finale of season 1. I agree. It has, I was just thinking about this because I was about to make a point back to what you said about how, like, it's not important until season 4. It has a little bit of, like, what we talked about last week of, like, the blood and ash problem of, like, end of season 1, beginning of season 2, the same.
Right.
Same hospital room.
I would, because, like, I would argue that, like, that was the end of season 1.
Correct.
And the clown episode is season 2, episode 1.
I would agree with that. I would also sort of say that, like, part of, I think, the problem that this season takes on is that, like, it is full of exposition that we're going to need to lay out the groundwork of, like, all of the demon stuff and the stuff with Sam and the Reaper and the sort of, like, the things that are happening on a cosmic scale. And sometimes it feels like, who cares? Sometimes the exposition feels just like really heavy exposition, and you're like, I don't know what to do with that information, and I will probably forget it.
Right. I do think, like, some of it, like, I kind of get lost in season 2 a little bit of, like, where are we going, what's going on, 'cause, like, you know, we are meeting all of the different, you know, demon children.
Yeah, it sometimes sort of feels like there are 2 seasons that are happening in juxtaposition to each other. Like, all of the, like, the psychic kids, all of the kids that are sort of, like, of Sam's generation.
Yeah.
The demon journey is, like, one thing.
Yeah.
And then there's also, is this the season... Did it happen in season 1 or is it in season 2? The bank robbery.
No, the night shifter.
Yes.
Yes, that's in season.
That's in this season. Okay, so there's the FBI agent and Gordon and, like, the real.
And, like,
it's like there's, like, the real world people who are hunting them and then the demons that are hunting them, and there's so much lore to keep in your head for both of them that it feels weird.
Well, and then and they're introducing FBI agent
Victor Henriksen.
They introduce him, but he doesn't really become important until season 4. Like, everything is kind of, like, I get it that they have to, like, kind of, like, set up and, like, prep for season 4, and, like, they kind of lose that in season 3 because of how short season 3 is.
Yes.
But...
Well,
it feels slightly off and misplaced sometimes.
It's mostly just sort of like we just needed to sort of, like, thread them together a little bit better. It just feels very
clunky, and, like,
it just feels clunky sometimes.
It's like a manual drive shift.
Like, it is, and sometimes you're like, okay, because sometimes tonally,
like, ooh,
because
be
again,
careful with that clutch. Like,
tonally, it feels like Hollywood Babylon and Croatoan do not feel like they're in the same season.
No. Same with, like, Tall Tales, the Trickster episode.
Doesn't feel like it's in the same season
like, it
as,
feels
like...
it's in the same season as the Hollywood of Babylon, like, or Babylon of Hollywood or whatever.
Right. And it's just sort of like, I think that you can sort of, like, have episodes that are more serious and episodes that are more campy, but I think that they should still feel like they're in the same show.
I mean, they're almost, like, shot so much differently. Like, the camera filters.
Like, the...
darker.
Yeah.
In the Croatoan episode than it is anything else.
There's also, like, there's some weird, like, action stuff where they do slow motion and it's, like, grainy footage and it's, like, just, like, poor quality, and it sort of feels like they had a really hard time shooting that episode. I mean, like, for whatever technical reason they were struggling.
They did.
You know, but, like, we don't really ever get that again. There's also, like, that episode... Here's the thing that is so weird about that episode. It has like a trailer after it. Yeah. And it's like, you never do that again. Why did you do that? Which makes it, again, I think, it is so much bigger. And it just makes no fucking sense.
Right. Well, and also, like,
Also, I'm gonna shit talk Croatoan like it's my least favorite episode. Again, it's not my least favorite episode of this season. It's not one of my favorites.
I kind of get, like, upset because, like, we also, like, I want Joe to be more in this season.
Yes.
And, like, there's no Joe.
Same.
Like, we get her in two, like, her hunting in 2 episodes.
Yeah, there's there's a serial killer episode. Yeah, no exit. And then
when Born Under a Bad Sign.
Yes.
When Sam is being possessed by Meg.
That episode is also kind of weird.
It's a weird episode. It's not my least favorite. It is a weird episode.
It's weird. It's kind of hard to follow.
Okay, let's just go ahead and say
what's your least favorite episode? Tell me your least favorite episode. You tell me. You ask you first.
Damn it. Houses of the Holy.
Okay.
Where the priest dies and he thinks that he's an angel now.
Angel.
And he's like telling everybody to go kill people that have confessed sins to him.
Yes.
But I also don't like Roadkill.
What's Roadkill?
Roadkill is the 2 ghosts that haunt a stretch of road.
Oh, I hate that episode.
It's just like so sad.
It's a tie. It's Roadkill and it's Heart. So they're back-to-back 2 episodes I don't like.
Yeah. I will say...
That's a tie.
Honestly, like, Heart is 3rd. It, like, goes Houses of Holy... Houses of the Holy, Roadkill, Heart.
Yeah. I conceptually understand why Heart exists because we do want to sort of get this sense of, like, there are sometimes people you can't save, and not every monster is bad.
Right.
But, like, there is no way to save her. It's such a bummer. And especially after Roadkill, which was such a bummer.
Right. Yeah. And also, like, I don't know. I didn't get it that they only have 45 minutes to, like, fall in love with each other. But, like, it feels so pushed. And, like,
it feels so forced. Their chemistry is so weird. And it's so weird sexually of just sort of, like, she's like, well, I'm just gonna fold my panties in front of you. And you're like...
I'm like, that's...
What the fuck?
I'm like, girl, is that what you think is sexy? Like... I don't know about you, but
just like give me Sam shirtless doing pull-ups in the doorframe. Like that's it.
Season 4.
Is that season 4?
Yes, that's season 4.
Oh, in my head that's season 6 when he's just like ripped out of his mind and soulless.
Oh well, yes, that is season 6.
Season 4 is a different shirtless moment.
Yes, I'll take both shirtless moments.
Like that's. I mean, obviously.
Also sidetrack. I've been watching Gilmore Girls. I fucking hate Dean.
AKA Sam.
I hate him. I'm like, Rory's Dean can go fuck himself, but I love Sam. So it's been a little difficult to watch, like, because I'm like kind of watching them at the same time, and I'm like, ugh.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like, I think.
So anyway,
Here's the one thing that's, like, interesting about Roadkill, but it's only interesting the first time you watched it, is that you don't know at the begin, like, that you are piecing together that she's a ghost. It's one of the first times they do that, and it is interesting the first time round.
Yes.
It is not interesting on the rewatch, and her story is so fucking sad.
It's so sad. Like...
And we're supposed to, like, root against Jonah, but you're like, Jonah was the victim?
Yeah.
So,
He's
like...
the murderer, so, like...
Right, like, she committed vehicular manslaughter, but we're supposed to be mad at the person she killed? Like, what the fuck?
Right, that, like, he's been, like... And it's also kind of weird, because he's haunting a ghost?
Yeah. Well, it's more... It sort of feels like, yeah, like, her torment is requiring his continued torment.
Right.
So you're just sort of like, again, I just have to sort of double down and feel bad for Jonah.
Right. I'm like...
Which is not what we're supposed to be doing. But you're just like, he's upset, like, and his ghost is mad because his wife killed herself, like...
Right. I mean, like, there's a lot that's, like, also...
There's a lot that I can't root for Molly.
Nope.
But the episode is structured to make me root for Molly. So, like, I have to, like...
It's tragic that, like, she doesn't know that she's a ghost.
Yeah, that moment of, like, you've been dead for 15 years is like...
And she's like, excuse
what
me?
the...
And he's like...
What the heck?
Yeah.
So, like, that's That's the one thing Roadkill's got going for it over Heart.
I will say, like, when I watched it, I do remember watching it for the very first time and being like,
what? But what's kind of annoying is Roadkill and Heart do the same gimmick. Because we don't, like, she's the werewolf. But I think we piece it, you're starting to piece it together faster.
Yes.
Maybe because they literally did it the episode before.
Yeah. Another one that, like, I love and I like it and I don't like it at the same time is the Jin episode.
That episode is sad. But I also feel like that episode is a really important insight into Dean.
Yes, because I feel like we get a lot of insight into Sam, like, from season 1. Like,
Yes.
I mean, honestly, like, if we are to argue who is the main character of Supernatural, it's Sam.
Correct.
But I'm still a Dean girl, and so, like, I like, and I'm gonna make it very clear, I am a Supernatural Dean girl.
Not a Gilmore girl, Dean girl.
Not a Gilmore girl, Dean girl, because, no. So, Supernatural Dean is, like, my man. And it's just so sad.
Yes.
Because, like, he's like, oh, like, I wish that my mother didn't die. But then, like, he has a horrible relationship with Sam. They don't get along. Like, he misses out on all of those things. So, oh god, the sun right in my eyes.
Oh, that's fun. What's also, like, critical about this season... Oh no, bye. What's critical on this season, which will be just ever nonstop until the show ends. Someone dies. Someone sacrifices to bring that person back. That is Supernatural.
That is Supernatural in a nutshell. So for 15 seasons, we're just gonna watch them sacrifice each other for each other.
Correct. Sacrifice themselves for each other. And get mad if that doesn't happen.
Right.
Because sometimes it doesn't happen, and they get really pissy about it.
I'm like, but you got
and you're like, you told me not to! And they're like, well, I didn't mean it! And then they do it, and they're like, I told you not to do it! And like, but you told me you didn't mean it! And it will be that. And it'll be that for 15 seasons. So a critical piece of the lore happens in the penultimate episode.
Yes.
So we've talked about least favorite episode. What's wrong?
You mean like the children all battling each other?
No, I mean Sam dying. Oh, Sam dies in the penultimate episode.
Yeah, because I think of that as the end of season 2, because that's what... Yeah, yep, you're right, yep.
Well, he dies, and then they bring him back.
And then they go to...
And then they go to the Demon's Gate.
Yeah. I literally just watched this, not that
Or Hell's Gate.
Anyway, continue. Yes.
Devil's Gate, Jesus Christ.
Devil's Gate.
Because we're also, this is also sort of like, we're really leaning into, I mean, I know we get the cult in season 1, but we're really leaning into the cult in season 2.
Yes. And really, really leaning into it for season 3.
And then season 4 is the season where everything finally culminates.
So if you're watching it for the first time, wait until season 4, everything
buckle up, Buttercup. Yeah, truly. Okay, so we've done least favorite episodes. What's your favorite episode?
Tall Tales.
Okay, what's your favorite episode?
Well,
so give me two. Give me one that's like Monster of the Week, and then give me one that is related to the season arc.
You know, actually, I kind of have a tie.
Okay.
For like Monster of the Week.
Okay.
Because I also really like the Folsom Prison Blues.
I love that episode.
Love that episode.
That episode's great.
And then Tall Tales, because I really love the Trickster. And again, you'll get more of him in season 3 and then in season 4. But if it's just like, I mean, I don't know. What's your favorite Monster of the Week?
I like Folsom Prison Blues. I think that episode's very, like, interesting. And I do think it's a little anxiety producing, the, like, FBI,
Right. Well, like, and you're like, they actually went to prison, and, like, they actually get arrested.
You're like, the stakes are so high.
Also, I would have put that one in season 3.
So, like, the stakes are really high, which I think is cool.
Yeah.
And it is, like, a really... The fact that they sort of have to, like... They're really limited in their resources because they are legitimately in prison. Like, they're not pretending to be prison guards. And then we continue to create this idea of, like, they are being hunted. They have to go deeper underground. Like, life just got harder for them. So I think that episode is great. But I also really like Bloodlust. And that's probably because I would give that award to Best Guest Star.
Well, yes, Best
Of
Guest
Sterling
Star.
K. Brown. That character is fascinating.
Nowhere, and
he did not have to go so hard, and yet he did.
So, I mean, like...
So hard.
So hard. I really like... I don't like that episode. It's not my least favorite. It's just like, meh, it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But getting Gordon for the first time, because he's such... Also, like, he's only in...
Again,
4 episodes.
He's not in a lot of episodes.
But, like, he is, like, a memorable...
Yes.
And then
I think because his story is bananas.
I mean, he's, like, when you... Because, like, there are, like, hunters like Sam and Dean. And then there are hunters who have, like, even more tragic stories. Not that Sam and Dean's isn't tragic. And also, like, trauma-filled because, like, his dad made them hunt when they were kids. And, like, raised them like mini Marines. But, like, he straight up killed his sister.
Well, there's also, like, Sam was 6 months old when, like, the trauma occurred, so he doesn't really, like, he has emotions about it, but he doesn't have memories of it.
Right. And
whereas, like, Gordon remembers his sister being kidnapped, finding out his sister's a vampire, and then killing her.
Because she was a monster. And I was like, he was like, no, she was dead. And I was like, that was still your sister. And we were all like, oh, ooh.
And so that his, like, I mean, his commitment to the bit, I think, makes him a really, really, really strong guest star.
He is a super strong guest star. I mean, he definitely is the top.
I mean, if you've never seen the Brooklyn Nine-Nine episode where he plays the dentist, like, go fucking watch it. It's so fucking good. But his, like, his charm and charisma that is also murderous is on full display here as Gordon. Because he is a really charming, charismatic dude, and then he's also filled with bloodlust. And you're like, ooh, boy.
Hey, yikes. I really do like him. Also, like, I mean, I think in that episode he's going harder on the acting than Sam or Dean. Jared or Jensen. Like,
I think it's hard to outact Sterling K. Brown.
100%. I mean, and also what's so funny is, like, you know, like, that was my first introduction to Sterling K. Brown. And so every single time I see him in something, I'm like, oh, there's Gordon.
So, yeah, I mean, I think hands down he's the strongest guest star of the season.
Yes, 100%. I think the second guest star of the season would be the Trickster.
You just love him.
I do. I really do. Although, like, I mean, side characters, though, I love Joe and Ellen.
I do love Joe and Ellen.
We get Bobby way more. I know that we already talked about, like...
Thank God, but it bears repeating. Come on down, Bobby, we love you.
We love you. I want you to be my Uncle Bobby.
It's true. Just making sure. I'm just trying to think if there's anything we haven't mentioned.
I do like...
No.
The mention, like, the through line of, like, Crossroad Demons.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's, like, deeply rooted in, like, lore, and, like, specifically, like, American lore, too.
Yes. Yeah.
So I did like that through line. Because, like, we go back multiple
We're gonna keep touching back on that.
Using, like, they're like, oh, we need to contact a demon, so instead of, like, you know, casting a spell, let's go to a crossroads, bury some stuff, and
Yeah. Yeah, it's something it will be something that will reoccur throughout.
Yes.
Especially when we get Crowley. Like,
Yes.
we're just going to double down on all that.
Exactly. One that I was like, I always kind of forget about is the children shouldn't play with dead things.
Huh.
I don't like that one either.
I don't like that one either.
Actually, there are quite a few that I don't like in season 2.
That's fair. I just sort of like I
Whereas,
like the
like,
overall vibe of season 2, like the comedy and
I like that we're getting more comedy. I like that. Like I like the final 2 episodes.
Yes.
Like I will happily rewatch those every single time. But like there are just some that I'm just like, meh, I don't need that.
Yeah. I'm sort of curious, like, if anyone's ever done sort of like a super cut of like just like all of the things that are tied back to like Azazel. Like, what does that season look like? If it's only like episodes or scenes from episodes where we're only dealing with the pursuit of Azazel.
Yeah.
Curious. I don't know. If you've done that,
So I'll put
let
it
me
out
know.
there for the world.
I'm interested.
I'm interested. I don't want to do it, but I'm interested.
I don't want to do it.
Oh, worst CGI.
Worst CGI. It's much better than season 1. Let me start there.
Yes.
Hang on, but I did have something where I was like, ugh, what are we doing?
I mean, Simon said, no, not Simon says.
You go ahead.
The Playthings episode where the mover has his head fully twisted around.
Oh yeah.
It's not great.
I also think he loves a clown, like when he dies and he's the smoke. It's weird.
Oh yeah, and it's just like eyes.
It's just eyes and like
it's like
the frame of him.
And he's like,
it's very kitschy.
Yeah. But also, like, we can't see him. He stays invisible. Like, there's
Right.
no dead body.
Right.
Like,
exactly.
what do you do with that? Do you just leave it there? And
Oh, yeah,
trip over an invisible body?
Playthings is... You are right, though. I totally forgot that Playthings is in this season. I do think Playthings is a good episode.
Yes, I do think it's a good episode.
But his broken neck is the weirdest, because it's fully spun around. And the point is that, like, they're dying in real ways. That is like just like not a real, like people are drowning, people are falling out of windows, people are getting electrocuted. That it looks like someone.
Well, but like then you also get like the cord that like snakes behind and like wraps around and like.
You're right. That entire episode
I think
is.
That has the worst CGI.
Yes, you are absolutely correct. Good call.
The worst makeup definitely goes to Heart. That is the worst.
Yeah, that is the worst makeup.
I mean, she commits to those teeth and those eyes and those nails,
but my God, the special effects not good.
But she's like, I mean, it literally looks like she went.
Yes.
You're like,
Yes, good call. I totally forgot Playthings was in this season.
Also, I've watched enough vampire stuff. I do not like the vampire teeth in.
You don't like the fangs that descend?
No, it's gross.
I think that's the point.
So, yes, I know, but like, I mean, at least like we get a full mouthful because like True Bloods, the fact that they come
just
over
like
here. Well, also, it's not even over the fucking canines. It's the second teeth that have passed over, and so they're like, and I'm like, God, those look so stupid. They do. Don't lie. Well, and then they have to talk like this. And they don't look sexy with the fangs.
I mean, I guess it's the only way that they can get them to sort of like retract. Because you need the space to pop them in and out. And that's why they can't be here. I have to be here. I reject all of this. I fucking hate it.
Those aren't your canines. The canines are here.
Yeah, because what's funny is like they do rip out the canine, right? When they like defang them.
No, they're... It's up here, and it comes down over these two teeth, and so they look like a fucking bunny rabbit. So, apparently I have high opinions.
You do have strong opinions.
Strong opinions about what vampire teeth should look like.
We could have a whole episode about vampires. We could debate Twilight versus Interview with a Vampire versus True Blood.
Personally, I think that vampires should just constantly have just sharper canines, like in From Blood and Ash, that they just kind of have to hide. Because retractable ones, I'm like, that's stupid.
Are they retractable in Interview with the Vampire? No, I think they just exist.
No, they just exist.
They're just,
and then they're like,
yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, that's our take on.
That's our little side meander. Yeah, I think the finale is good.
I think it's good. I think it wraps up nicely.
Yeah, it does actually sort of like feel like it ends the season. Is this the first one where we get Wayward Son?
Yes.
That also becomes a staple of the finale.
Yes, I think the finale is Carry on my wayward. Yeah, and it's like a and it's like
and it's like,
of, like all of them.
This season.
Yeah. Oh, and Bobby's like, you boys are in it now. A storm's a coming.
Yeah.
And you guys are in the thick of it, or in the middle of it, or whatever he says.
I think it sets us up really nicely for what's to come.
Yes. Yes, agreed.
I'm excited for season 3. I really like season 3.
I really like season 3. I already started watching it, so it was...
Me too. I've watched a couple of episodes of season 3 already.
And I can already tell you what my favorite episode of that season is. Also, we get Bella, so...
We get a lot of things in season 3. I like Ruby a lot.
Yes, I have a hot take on Ruby that people would not agree with me on, but...
I don't think your hot take is that hot.
It's not.
It's not that, it's hot. It's not that controversial.
No, because Blonde Ruby is better than Brunette Ruby. Brunette Ruby fucking sucks and I hate her. Blonde Ruby, I believe.
Blonde Ruby, I'm into, 100%.
I'm into. Like, I would fully believe that she was, like, not in on it. Brunette Ruby, I'm like, she's bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, I just think the acting is better with Blonde Ruby than Brunette Ruby.
I agree with that.
Anyway, season 3 recap will be soon-ish.
It'll come when it comes.
It'll happen when it happens. But yeah, Grandma Elizabeth, well, she needs to go potty, so.
Well, then that's the end of this episode.
So that's the end.
There you go.
So.
How do we... 1-0 plus 1-0
plus 1 equals...
equals...
Toodles!
Toodles!